Hey guys, we are doing a fails video. So these are things that just did not work out for me. And I'm only speaking for myself. I'm only speaking from my experience and my point of view. I have actually seen plenty of decent reviews on most of these products. Well, there's some that I don't think I've seen any good reviews, but there are some products on here that I've seen good reviews for. They worked out for that person. That's fantastic. I'm so happy that it worked out for someone, but they didn't work out for me. So some of these things I've already talked about. Some of these things I had to use a couple more times just to be sure that they weren't going to work out for me. So I'm just going to start with the Dior foundations. I returned these. So it's the newly reformulated Dior Forever and the Dior Forever Skin Glow foundations. I've already forgotten. I got them in the shade 2N, which is the shade I always use in Dior foundations, and they oxidized. They oxidized really poorly, and I also didn't really like the finish on the Skin Glow foundation, especially. The Forever foundation, which is like the straight up sort of matte, soft matte finish, that one looked actually okay. I don't know if it was like the expectations that were set in my mind, but yeah, the oxidization was really, really the killer for me. They turned really orange on my skin, and I don't mind if like I'm not a perfect match to my neck or anything like that. Like I'm not too fussy about that. I mean, your face is generally deeper than your neck because your face is shading your neck most of the time unless you're laying down. And so if my face is like a little bit deeper than my neck, I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal. I'll bronze a little, whatever. This, by the end of the day, because it kept oxidizing like all day, and by the end of the day, I felt like my face was shades deeper and orangey. It had that kind of awful oxidization tone to it also. It wasn't even like it just got deeper. It looked like I put too much bronzer on. No, it turned orangey and very, very warm. And you guys saw it. I did wear a test for them. I've talked about this oxidization issue that I've had with these two foundations in my foundation roundup. So this is well covered territory. I just want to mention it again because we're talking about fails, and those two were definitely fails for me. And while we're on the topic of Dior, let's talk about this Dior highlighter. I was so disappointed in this. So it comes in this beautiful like cushion packaging. This came out with their spring summer 22 collection. Not that it really matters. I did purchase this off of Selfridges. So this is the Dior Forever Cushion Powder, Loose Powder, Mineral Glow. And I thought, oh, what is this? And so it looked like a highlighter, and I thought, oh, this is really exciting. No, it was not exciting. It wasn't exciting in the least bit because, and I'm even afraid to open this up because it's gonna end up on me for the rest of the week. So this is what it looks like. Let me just pull it away so the light isn't completely washing it out. But it has this light pink iridescent appearance to it. I had such high hopes. I was like, oh wow. And then I noticed micro glitter. And I thought, okay, if it's got a little micro glitter, fine, I can live with it. I'm not someone that is a fan of micro glitter in my cheek products, but if there's like a little bit, okay, not a big deal. This is just micro glitter. There's almost no base color to it at all. All you're doing is putting on a veil of micro glitter. It's almost like a micro glitter cheek topper. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. I definitely did not ask for this. Let me see if I can just do I'm gonna try and do a swatch for you, but really I'm just gonna pick it up on my finger here. It's also really, like there just isn't much to it. Like I'm sitting here, right, I'm really getting in here. I'm pressing down on this net here. All I'm getting is the, can you see the micro glitter? There's like no base to this. It is literally just an entire cushion compact of micro glitter. I feel like one step in the production of this product was missing, like the actual product. They were like, okay, this is gonna have a little micro glitter, and they put the micro glitter in, and then it just whoop off of the assembly line, and that was it. They didn't actually put the product in there, because even if you like a little micro glitter, this still is like not, like what what is this? What is this? And like, it's in this beautiful packaging, and I would have returned this, except that I purchased this from Selfridges. They do accept returns, but I don't think you can use the makeup products. And I really could not tell until I actually used this product how pointless this is. So anyway, this was a gigantic fail for me. Gigantic. Okay, moving on to another thing that I returned because there was absolutely no way I was going to be able to work with these or figure out a different way to use them. I tried, a few different ways to apply them, and they just don't work. So I'm talking about the Charlotte Tilbury. I'm giggling because they're so bad. The Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize matte eyeshadows. I purchased all 5 of the new shades. I was so excited for them. I love her Eyes to Mesmerize. I've talked about all of her original ones, the ones that have like a little bit of a satin sheen to them. They're gorgeous. They have this soft, moussey texture, which, there's like, I think a little bit of a learning curve, but once you like figure out how to use them, or if you just use them as a one and done shadow, they're stunning. I love those. I love that product. However, this matte version is like so far off of what the original Eyes to Mesmerize products were that was shocking. Just right off the bat, it was shocking to kind of open them up and like look at this brand new kind of texture. Like I knew they were going to be matte, but I thought they were going to be the same texture. Not at all. Not at all. There was nothing creamy and blendable about them. They were hard in the pot. And I thought, oh, okay, I just need to warm it up with my finger. I feel like the more I massaged the product, the worse it got. It was almost like it started to stiffen a little bit, almost like if you're working with dough and you knead it too much and you end up with bread that's like way too hard. I felt like that's what was happening with this product. It was like you almost didn't want to touch it. But it was so hard. And then anytime you would get some of the product, it was just this kind of like stucco type of dried up, really hard to blend out. It was really, really irritating my lids just to try and blend them out. I mean, forget removing them. They were just not, they're not pleasant to use. They were not a pleasant formula. They were not they weren't easy. Like there was nothing nice about these products. And I really had high hopes for them, like I said. And I really, really liked the color range that she started with. I thought, oh, look at all of these like neutrals, basically like a creamy nude all the way to a black, and these browns and chocolate browns and taupes in between. I mean, I was really excited. You guys know how I live right in there. Like I just really, really love those like neutral shades. And I just kept imagining how I would have all of these like great one and done shadows, or if I wanted to, use it to add a little dimension, add it to my socket line area. But it was, they were just really, really, and they didn't play well together either. It was like I put the nude shade down and then I tried to put the deeper shade over it and try to kind of blend them together. They were just patchy and just really, really difficult to use. And I love Charlotte Tilbury. I mean, who doesn't? I love her products. Like, just most of them are fantastic, but this just really, really missed the mark. And I hope they just take these off the market. Let's just pretend it didn't happen, and like reformulate them. Let's get them soft. Let's get them pliable. Let's get them usable, blendable, and re-release them. Because I'm willing. Hey, Charlotte, if you're listening, if you feel like doing that, I'm here. I'll wait for you to like perfect the formula, and I'll try them again. No hard feelings. I'm here for it. So, yeah, those were terrible. So this next product is, let's say these are more of they're kind of a fail and kind of a not fail. Let me explain. These are the Chanel Lip and Cheek Balms, part of their new #1 collection. And I like them as a cheek balm. I think it works really nice. The 2 colors that I got, Healthy Pink and Lively Rosewood, they work really nicely on the cheeks. I just tap, I blend out, looks great. On the lips, however, they're very, very drying. Like there's nothing moisturizing about them. And I think that's why they work nicely on the cheeks. Like there's nothing tacky about them. And I like that. I don't want anything ooey gooey on my face. On my lips, however, I would prefer something a little ooey gooier because my lips are really dry. I want to be able to spread the product really easily. And I just didn't get that from these. And in the healthy pink one, I thought maybe, is it like a break the seal issue? Because it was like when you went round and round in this pot, it didn't even feel like you picked up that much product. Again, great for cheeks because you don't want to go like too heavy handed. But for the lips, it was like I would do that and only get like a quarter of my lip, filled, if that makes sense. Like I just couldn't spread the product around. So I like really had to press my finger in there and I broke like the seal, I guess you could say. And I thought, oh, maybe that'll be better. The product underneath is a little bit softer. Not really. It's kind of the same idea. It's just like really, really, draggy. I don't know what the word is. It's not that super thick. It's just dry. It's just really, really dry. It doesn't have that good spreadability, It's almost like butter before it's melted and you're trying to like spread it over bread and all you're doing is like rolling up the bread with it and you're making a huge mess and you have to wait for the butter to soften. This never softens. This is like hard butter. And I feel like what hard butter does to bread is like what it does to my lips. Like it like makes it worse. Like any dry patches that I may have had, it just kind of it emphasizes them. It's just not good. It's not good as a lip balm. So I held on to these because I do like them as a cheek balm, but I think they should have just marketed these as cheek balms and not cheek and lip balms because it's terrible on the lips. I think terrible on the lips. Okay, and the last product that definitely did not work out for me because I have seen very, very good reviews on this, but if you have a very similar skin type to mine, I thought it was worth mentioning to you that the Rare Beauty loose powder just didn't work for me. And I returned it. I purchased it from Sephora and I returned it. It just didn't work for me. It was very, very drying. No matter how much of the product I used, it just emphasized lines, especially when I used it to set my concealer underneath my eyes. And I tried the light medium, I think, which has like a peachy tone to it. I returned that because the color was kind of off. And I thought maybe that's kind of, ruining the whole effect. And then I got the light shade, which, I think tone wise worked for me. But the powder itself, there just wasn't anything like smoothing about it. I just found it very, very matte. There wasn't anything refined about the powder. Like I love my Kogan Do Natural Lighting Powder because when I put that on, I feel like it filters. I feel like it gives my skin like a really, really soft kind of like pearl sheen to my skin. So, it doesn't look matte. It doesn't look flat and dry. It definitely doesn't emphasize lines. And I felt like the Rare Beauty powder really kind of emphasized like the fine lines that I have underneath my eyes. And yeah, I just didn't like it, but I have seen amazing, amazing reviews for that powder. And I just suspect it's on one, probably younger skin, and two, skin that is probably not quite as dry as mine. My skin is very, very, very dry. When I hear people talk about their dry skin, but they can use a certain product, I'm like, oh no, your skin's not dry then. My skin is dry. My skin is really dry. So anyway, those are my recent fails. Let me know what some products that you use that did not work for you. Let me know down below in the comment section. Also, if these products that I just mentioned did work for you, please share your experience down below. Let us know what your skin type is, because if someone's reading it and they have more of a similar skin type to yours versus mine, it's going to be helpful information. So thank you so much. Definitely subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.